we know it's not going anywhere. Okay, this is definitely not going anywhere. This is a new thing. This is like the new internet when the internet wasn't around, right? Everybody's like, what the hell's the internet? What's the web? And now look at how much we use it. We can't live without it. And AI is going to eventually, I believe, is going to be that and more.
Welcome to Mama's Playground. This is Darlene.
And this is Monica.
Monica, I am so scared of what we're going to be talking about today.
Oh my God. You mean our driver from Tesla the other day?
We're going to be talking a little bit about AI. Again, this is, I'm scared because it's I've never been super techie and all that stuff. Like my husband said, I always say I should have been born in another era because
you like paper and books.
I love paper, books. Yeah. Visiting somebody, answering machine, stuff like that. But it's just so much. And this AI thing, it's happening so fast. And it's like in our face. Everywhere we go, everybody's talking about it. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that, about what we know. And we would love, like, if you can give us feedback through our Instagram page, mamas.playground, or through YouTube, and keep us informed. Tell us something that we don't cover today, because this is something that we need to. It's the future, and it's here, and it's not going anywhere.
It's here to stay.
It's here to stay, yes. And it's affecting so many different industries. And again, it's happening so fast, and it's huge. And yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about what we know,
which is not too much.
Yeah, it's not too much.
We're definitely not experts, but we're going to touch on it.
So AI, it's artificial intelligence, and it's computer technology that thinks, depending on what you feed them, then it works for your benefit and not benefit.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the way you said technology reminded me of like Scooby-Doo or something. So it just keeps repeating in my head, like technology. Like the way you said it just came off like Scooby-Doo or something. I don't know. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I feel like you should be talking about it because you now, my friend.
Oh my God. And you get so annoyed at me for it. I know you do.
I get a little bit annoyed.
Because I keep using ChatGPT, you guys. Now it's like, it's my new thing when I don't want to think. And it's so bad. It's true though. When I don't want to think, not because I don't want to, because I just feel like I need to do other things and we're busy and I want to simplify my life. I'm like, I need somebody to simplify my life. Like ChatGPT has become my personal assistant for everything. So now everything I like, ChatGPT, can you send me ta-ta-ta-ta? And then he sends me everything. I call him a he. He's a he for me.
By the way, he loves the word delve.
Oh yes.
Oh my God.
No, delve. Like delve into this, delve into that. Yeah.
Delve.
Yeah.
Depending if I have my glasses or not, I read delve. But that word, okay. So listeners, we do research for our episodes. We talk about what we want to talk about. We bring topics, and we want to have kind of an outline, because our squirrel brains, we were going to start talking about one thing and we end up talking about the weather in Russia, so kind of like keeping everything organized. So I'm a little bit anal about that because I come from a background of producing videos and films and stuff. So I'm always like with the pre-production hat. But I'm busy. Monica also, she has her job, and we have kids and husbands and whatever, life. But I'm always like, Monica, we're going to be shooting. We need the outlines. We need to talk about.
Darlene does research papers. Okay, it's not outlining.
I love that. I was the one in school that I would sit down in the front, row, taking notes. I was like taking notes and studying.
Listen. I like to read, and I do like to write things, and I do. But when I don't have time, which lately it's been less and less of, I'm like, I'm not doing this. I don't have anybody to help me. And now that AI is around, and we've got this ChatGPT for free, the free version, okay, I use it for a lot of things. I'm like, okay, Darlene is pressuring me about this thing, about the bullet points for this episode. Like, what are we going to touch on? So I'm like, ChatGPT, we're going to be talking about this. Can you please tell me? And then it'll send me an outline. And then I'm like, okay, we could kind of touch on these topics and then kind of elaborate from there. So it just simplifies things for me.
No, of course. And I'm pro that. I was using Bard, which that's the one from Google.
Yeah, correct.
Because at this point, I'm like, I refuse to pay for it. So right now I refuse. So I am liking Bard. I got to accept it. But still, the other day I had to do something for my dad's book where I had to move around the description and the synopsis and my dad's biography, and it's a lot of text. And I love writing. That's one thing, though. I love writing and journaling, and that's how we started the
too.
podcast. That's how we started when I went back to my old journaling thing, and it said, make your journal, your blog, podcast. Anyway, so I like doing the research. So even when I have like all the information that ChatGPT gives me or Bard gives me, I still take the time to, sit down and make it like
your own.
my own.
Your
But
own.
then the other day we had a friend over at the house and we're going over this conversation and he goes, oh, there's another one. It's called Humanize AI. I think it is. Where whatever it gives you, it humanizes it. And I'm
remember you
like,
told
are
me.
you kidding me? So like when I feel like we're gonna just get so lazy and stop thinking and stop taking the time to read, to do research. And
I guess that's the con. That's the con about it.
Yeah.
And we think about it too, having kids now. Because
Yeah.
imagine back in the day when we had to do a research paper, we would have to do a research paper, even though lots of times
I would go to the library.
a library
Obviously,
or
yeah.
if you had the internet, let's say, you'd still go on. And at that time, we used to think like, oh my God, the internet, people are going to go on and you're just going to copy and paste
Yes.
from different articles. And back then, teachers would be able to actually see if you were copying and pasting. I think I even did it at one point, and I did get back like a thing saying like, you copied this, like you need to do this all over again. Now with ChatGPT, I'm not too sure. Like if
The teachers are going to be using it.
the teachers are going to use it, everybody's going to use it, but I'm
Yeah.
just wondering, like, if you got these students that need to do a research paper or something, and they say, okay, just write this essay paper for me, and now let's say ChatGPT. I mean, it might be something else later or different things later, but it sends you like this whole essay, right? Like,
Yeah.
how are they going to know? I guess, how are they going to know if it did come from ChatGPT or not? Like, is it going to be the same research paper for everybody that used the services?
I'm not even worried about that. I'm just worried about the damage that we're doing to our
Because
kids
people are not gonna think.
by allowing them to turn in a paper that they did no research about, or they
Yeah.
changed like 3 words or pronouns or whatever. I remember a couple years ago, one of my nephews, he was in Spanish class and I was so excited, and I'm like, how? He's like, oh, I have like a Spanish homework, whatever. And I'm like, oh, let me see. What did you learn? And he's like, no, there was a system. I don't remember the app these kids had at that time. It was pre-AI, or maybe it was around there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's
I have
probably
no
been going
idea.
on for a long time.
But
Yeah.
he said, no, I just put it on this app and it does like the homework for me. And I was so sad because I'm like, so you're not actually trying to learn the language, trying to learn what the school, the education system is giving you. You're just being lazy and putting it in a freaking app and then go back and play again on Snapchat. It's sad.
I mean, that's a con.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is, because people stop thinking. I mean, and look at everything that's going on, like right now with Hollywood and all that. The writers' strike.
Yes.
This and that. People
It
are
had
getting
to do with that.
People are getting pissed, of course, because now you have AI that's not emotional. This is artificial intelligence. We are emotional creatures. We write. We're imaginative. We're creative. And now, people's jobs are being taken away from them because now something like this can go ahead and do the work for you in such a small time frame. Where, for instance, actually, I had this conversation the other day with a friend at dinner. He was telling me that he was talking to his attorney friend, and I think I had mentioned this to you.
The transcriber?
The transcriber.
Oh, yeah.
So
that
he,
scared me.
He has to write about, let's say, I don't know, 15 documents, long, tedious documents, and he has somebody that writes those documents for him. Now with ChatGPT, he said he cut the guy's hours, okay? And he told him, what, I don't need you really anymore. I'm going to be using, he's using artificial intelligence to do all these documents for him. But when it gets to the nitty gritty of the really like hard stuff, then he'll pay him by the hour to fix those things.
To proofread it.
To proofread it. And that's it. So now this guy has basically left without a job.
Yeah.
Like, the job he used to have for many, many years doing this for this attorney is no longer valid. Something artificial is taking care of it because it's faster. He doesn't have to pay for it. And if he is paying for it, it's not as much as he was paying this guy to do it. So it is a very, obviously you have your pros and your cons, and that's definitely a big con because
Yeah.
we don't know where we're going to get to with this.
Unemployment.
Yeah.
In different, industries, it's taking over. And when you told me that story, I was so scared because I work as a transcriber for court proceedings, legal transcriber. I love what I do. And it's sad to think that in the future, it's going to be, we don't need you.
I brought that up to you. I was like, Darlene,
when you told me that, I said,
think about
wait,
it.
what? And then I saw it. And then again, I used to be an actress. I can still do it, by the way. And then I heard, it was part of like the writer strike, and it's scary because that's where we're going. And another negative thing, obviously, security issues and your privacy, and you have to be careful what you put, what you type there, what you ask him to do.
Can you imagine?
You have to be careful.
Sorry to interrupt you, but can you imagine the damage that can be done? I was watching a video the other day because I was looking at these like stock investments and all this stuff. And this guy comes out talking about the stock market and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden he shows this video of Joe Biden. Like, it's not really Joe Biden, it's artificial intelligence. Joe Biden talking about all this stuff. And he's like, and then he comes out, the guy that's showing the video comes out saying, look, if I can take Joe Biden's face for this video and I can have him say X, Y, and Z, imagine all the shit that's going to happen in the future. You're not going to know who's real, who's not, what is, what isn't,
Yeah, I think Fabian was telling me something the other day about for concerts, like an artist could have like 4 concerts the same night in different places because they do the hologram,
oh my god,
hologram,
no.
is that how it?
Yes.
Okay, is that how you say it?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, like the hologram of the person, and he's there playing.
And he was telling me like that he read an article of that's gonna be happening, and I'm like, that's crazy. So those of you going to see Beyonce right now,
it might not be.
It might not be her.
It might not be her. I mean, we know it's not going anywhere. Okay, this is definitely not going anywhere. This is a new thing. This is like the new internet when the internet wasn't around, right? Everybody's like, what the hell's the internet? What's the web? And now look at how much we use it. We can't live without it. And AI is going to eventually, I believe, is going to be that and more. Yeah. Right? So we're going to have to deal with it, and we're just going to have to see how we use it, how our kids use it.
Yeah. For us parents, we have to monitor the screen time. We have to monitor how they use it. If they're doing homework, sit down with them. Sit down with them and make sure, with teenagers, depending on the relationship you have, that's why communication is key. Relationship with your children is key from an early age, because when they get to those years that it's like, oh, come on, my friends are doing it like that. Mom, please, I don't have time. I have volleyball practice, blah, blah, blah. No.
Yeah.
I would take her to the library. I say this, but then I'm the first one that's going to be like, no. I'm like, I would take her to the library, do the research the way I used to do back in the 80s.
I want to see you in 10 years, 5 years.
I won't be going to the library.
You're going to be like, Monica, screw it. I just did it through AI, man. It was just faster. It's going to get to that point, Darlene. It's going to simplify. It's going to simplify our lives.
I'm going to try not to, but I mean...
Yeah.
Again, I also said she wasn't going to be playing with an iPad.
And
but
she does.
But it's monitored time. Like,
correct.
She doesn't play with it all the time. So it's about, again, in every episode, this would be like the name of the episode, balance.
It's balance.
It's about knowing how to limit it, because, those times when you're doing homework, it's also interactions that you're having with your kids. You're seeing how they're developing academically. And that's something that if you just leave it for AI, you're not going to have AI calling you. It's like, I think that your daughter failed in this section.
There definitely has to be a balance.
And who knows how the teachers are going to grade it.
We want the future generations to be smart still, you know what I mean? To still have some sort of like, I guess, use their thinking skills, right? And at this point, if it keeps progressing and progressing, you're going to end up seeing that it's going to take over. So it's definitely being there for your kids and saying, hey, listen, like, let's limit this to a certain amount, or use it for this, but for this, no, and monitoring it, like you said.
Yeah.
But those are the bad things.
Don't use it for everything. Now, there's schools that they give a lot of homework. And I remember my sister struggling with this, that she's like, this is crazy. I'm helping them and it's not working. I think in those situations, then you can, like they say, choose your battles, choose your moments where you're going to bring the AI out.
And balance it out. So here's the cons, right?
Yeah.
People are going to stop using their brains. People are going to be left without work.
Lazy,
stupid. People are going to be left without work.
Oh,
a lot.
Employment, yeah.
It's a lot, and it's going in every single industry, right?
And it might start with your friend here.
Don't say that. But it is. A lot of people, artists, people that paint, are saying that now AI is going and bringing out like these beautiful portraits or beautiful abstract paintings, and they just say, okay, paint like this. It does it, and now people are selling these paintings, online. It's not even paintings. It's just a digital,
faces for ads.
Everything.
You might be watching an ad where it's not a real person. And then that took the job out of an actress that could have done that commercial.
Oh my God. We're going to get lazier. I think people are going to get lazier. Let's put it that way.
So it's our job to make sure that that we protect our children from that.
Yeah.
Try. It's hard, but we can try.
But we have a lot of pros too, though. Hold on.
Yes, let's talk also about the pros.
Let's talk about pros because we can't say it's
Yeah.
all bad. I
Yeah.
was reading an article the other day that said that with AI, they have actually come out with different medicines and stuff like, I don't know if it's medicines, but like different procedures and all, not for breast cancer. Okay. And that they're looking into it and they're seeing a lot of advancements because of AI. So these are very good things. Obviously, if they can find the cure for cancer, eventually with these technologies, I think that would be obviously fantastic. How many people would come out of their, stop using maybe chemo and all that. Maybe there's different ways to go around it. That's definitely a plus.
That's that's
pray
that's
for
where
that.
the hope is. Yeah, I was reading that the greatest application of AI in the medical industry, it comes as far as imaging, because it gives you a better detection of like the CT scans to get information about that, like about the breast imaging, and it gives you more accurate information. So there could be some good on that side. I guess it's early.
No, and you know what also is good about it? Thinking about it. AI is, again, it's artificial. What I mentioned previously, it's not emotional. We are emotional people. We do things out of we think a lot. We overanalyze. It just doesn't overanalyze. This is quick, and that's where it becomes maybe a little scary at times because it's you can ask it a question, you can ask it to do something for you, and it's not thinking and over guessing or overanalyzing things like we do. It's giving you something quickly, and it is what it is. That's what it is. There's
that's why I started using it, because it's actually helped with my productivity. And for example, I'm a Libra. I'm very indecisive. Like if you give me, the other day we were looking for a hotel for friends, and so my friend's like, okay, look in these 3 areas. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to go in all the 3 areas. I'm going to go for all the hotels and all the reviews and all the pictures. And Fabian, he just came like, boom, boom, boom. This is the hotel booked. Okay. And I'm like, and I would have been there forever. I would have been there forever. So with other things in my life, other tasks, daily tasks that I have for work, for whatever, I've used it for that, to kill that moment when I'm like, oh, should I do this or that or maybe this, or let me go on Google, let me go on YouTube, let me watch a video. Now AI, I have to say, it's helped me be like, this is the information, you don't have to go anywhere else.
Yeah, you don't have to second guess, which is great in such a busy time. It's great to be able to simplify your life a little bit. Have that personal assistant that it's not really physically there. You know,
and as a parent, but by having that help, you get then more quality time with your children when they come home from school.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on. They even said that Elon Musk right now is coming out with his own artificial intelligence. I was reading that because they were saying that for instance, he was kind of like one of the founders with ChatGPT, and I don't think he likes the way that ChatGPT is being handled.
I feel like he doesn't like anything how being handled.
I just listen to whatever, reading it, and he was just like, he's building his own. So who knows where that's going? But he also came out at one point, and I believe it because this guy's super smart. I think he's super smart. He's very, techie and all that. And he was saying like he didn't feel that it was the time to pump out AI right now.
Now,
he was saying, I think we need to hold back. There's a lot of dangerous things. Imagine how much more there is to this that we have no idea.
We're talking based on what we know
and basic, and the basic.
Yeah, there's so much out there that's happening. With music, with what Fabian does, again, we just talked about it, actors, concerts, the every industry.
Let's just all hope that we have. That's why we need to start okay, guys, here's a word of advice from me. Not that I'm an expert or anything, but if you are in an industry where you think you can be replaced by AI, start looking for that side hustle, start looking for other gigs, start, thinking about what else you can be doing, because I'm telling you, in a couple of years, that position, if it can be replaced, like for instance, the transcribers, I told you that day, not to sound an alarm, but it's true. Listen, if this thing takes off to a point where it's going, a lot of people are going to be left without a job.
I feel it's going to be a combination. It's going to be AI working with humans.
Yeah, but
I heard something about a hospital that they were thinking about the future, like about hospitals that are going to be like all AI, and then obviously not have as many people employed in that hospital, but it's gonna be like both working together.
Yeah, but imagine if it cuts, like if you've been doing something and you're the full on, let's say you're the transcriber doing all these things and it's your job and they're paying you for that. And now they say, you know what, Darlene, we only need you half of the time. Well, what's going to happen? That's why I say, start thinking, start, looking at your life, what you're good at, what you're not good at, and start inventing what you're going to do. I think it's not like, conspiracy or anything. It's the truth, And
like, there's courses now, I imagine, that are opening up in college that have to do with AI and how to use it for your benefit, how to use it. I don't know how, again, I don't know.
We need to take that class.
How to use it. Yeah.
We need to take that class because then we can teach our kids too. And if we start implementing things for them now, imagine what there would be in 20 years when they're 20 or so on.
I read something also about how AI can help like with the home task, like cooking, cleaning. I don't know how would that
That's going to be like a robot. Like they probably have robots or something.
Like the robot that cleans the floor that stopped working and I'm still cleaning my own floor.
What was that thing called? The little round one, right? The round one that goes around. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, this is going to be a lot more, let's just say more advanced than that, right? So it's just a matter of, guys, if you don't know what AI is and you're just starting to hear the terms, which I would think everybody knows what it is at this point.
Welcome to hell.
No, let's not say that. Okay. See how you're going to use it to your benefit and start seeing how you're going to maybe implement it in your life to maybe simplify your life so that you can start taking tasks on things that matter more and so on, because it's not going
positive. That's a
anywhere.
Positive that when you were spending, I don't want to say spending time doing other things, now you have that. And you can focus on doing things that
other
AI
things
cannot do, but it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. I'm actually, I'm hopeful that I like the part on health that it could help with like cancer and different things. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
But with that said, just take away, balance it out, and keep track of the screen time, like your kids, how much they're using it for schoolwork, and ourselves,
and start investigating it. Start seeing how you can use it to benefit you, because again, like we said, it ain't going anywhere.
And like they say, you also have to work your brain, especially if you want to avoid Alzheimer's in the future. They always say, like, play these games. Don't get too lazy and stop thinking and just let AI do everything.
Oh my God, no. Yeah.
And I'm looking at you.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No, I know.
I'm always thinking. I think that's why I need AI to take over a little bit of that.
Exactly. It's true.
Anyways.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. We are on Instagram, mamas.playground.
Yes. And if you have anything that you want to, chime in on in regards to this topic, we'd love to hear from you. If you're more advanced than us, if you know a lot more than us, please, we want the feedback.
And if you're sending us the message using AI, we will know.
Oh, yeah. Or you use Humanize.
Use Humanize app. All right, guys. Bye.
Anyways, bye.
See you later. Love you. Bye.